Albie Legacy. Another playtesting session with David Windmiller. And this is Goblins versus Death and Taxes. So he's starting off with his Karakas and his Æther Vial here. This is game number 2. Another Æther Vial comes down for myself. Goblins. So counter goes to 1. Little concerned here because he could drop a Mother of Ruins, and if he does, we are in some trouble. So he's gonna play a Thalia here, which is good because it does mess up our Tarfires. And early on, when we're low on mana, that actually makes a big difference. So Vial's on 1, so nothing exciting is gonna come down for us this turn. So we're going to pass the turn here. His Vial goes to 2. He has really good, Death and Taxes has some really good creatures for 2-drops. So, you know, you got your Revokers there. Serra Avenger. Stoneforge Mystic to get him basically any equipment that he wants. That sort of Fire and Ice can really just fuck shit up right now. And even the GT can put in some work. And the Batterskull. Fuck it. All those equipments can really... and there goes the Stoneforge Mystic. The backwards card that you see in his deck, that is a Karakas. We had to proxy it because we do not have 3. Well, he doesn't have 3. I believe he only has like 2 of them. But whatever. Umazama's GT, he's going to go ahead and cast it. This is a great start for Death and Taxes. We are very far behind here. So, Prospector comes down. Really good card right now because this is going to allow me to play Goblins and sack them. Not only for mana, but also I can block and sack. That way damage is not dealt and the GT doesn't get any counters. So the Prospector is actually fucking insane right now. He's really doing his job even though he's just sitting there. So Mogg War Marshal comes down. We're not in the best shape. We're still behind, but we're not dead because we have a lot of options right now. So right now I'm considering sacking the Mogg War Marshal for some land. I was, and then I was gonna Tarfire the Thalia, but I'm gonna wait till he equips here. That's the better play. So he decides he's gonna leave his Vial at 2. Who knows what kind of shenanigans he has going on there. Probably another Stoneforge Mystic. So, the plan here, if he equips to the Thalia, is obviously to just block with the Mogg War Marshal and sack it. That way it doesn't get any damage dealt. Float a red and possibly either Gempalm something or Tarfire something. Or maybe neither and just wait. He does. We have to keep in mind he does have a Karakas open, so we can't just try to kill the Thalia. We have to somehow get him to tap that. So he's gonna go ahead and equip, just how I suspected. He's coming in. We're gonna stick to our plan here of blocking and sacking and floating a red. Block and sack, float that red. No damage, so no counters on the GT. And I'm debating here if I want to kill the Stoneforge or the Thalia, but he does have the Karakas, so we might have to wait on this because I really want to kill that Thalia is what I want to kill. And you know, of course, he can just bounce with the Karakas and then replay it with Æther Vial. So everything's good. I'm gonna let him proceed to his second main phase, and I'm just hoping that he taps that Karakas. And I believe he's planning something here. He might be I want to say he's gonna consider. Yep, he's gonna Swords this Prospector. I would too. That card is being really good right now. Once he just saw what I did with it. I'm going to float a red with it, and then now I'm going to Tarfire the Thalia now that he cannot save her. So now we're still a little bit behind, but that play just put us, just moved us up a little bit. So we're not too far now, but we're still a little bit behind, so we have some catching up to do. Hopefully we can do some better plays now and put us back in the game. Floating a red here for another Æther Vial. We're a little short on land, but hopefully these Æther Vials can help us get there. And another Vial brings in the Stoneforge Mystic. And yep, he has a Sword of Fire and Ice. This is this is going to be a problem here, because we don't have any removal right now. So if this sword goes online, we're gonna be in some trouble. Because then he can equip the sword and the GT, and there's nothing we can do about that. So I'm showing him how many cards I have. He's asking. Sure, he has some shenanigans going on. Moves the Vial to 3, so now shit just got real. Because now we know that he either has Mirran Crusader, which is real bad news. Real fucking bad news. Mangara, which is probably the least of my worries right now. Flickerwisp could be really bad. He can reset one of our vials and equip those swords and just really fuck us up. Get all up in our sugar walls with no Vaseline. So he's debating what he's debating here. I think he's debating whether to Stoneforge the sword, vial in a creature, and equip it this turn. Since he is thinking about this, two things are either going down. He either wants to port me on my upkeep, or he has a Batter Skull as well. And if he has a Batter Skull, what he wants to do is play the Batter Skull, play the sword, and vial in the creature he's going to equip. So I play the Warchief here off the vial, move the vial to 4. We need the Warchief in there because we're really low on mana, and that's going to help us cast some of the cards in our hand. I moved the vial to 4. So right now we can get down Ringleaders and Krenko. Krenko right now, I have him in my hand, and we're going to go with the Krenko on this play because we need to catch up. This guy, he has the GT on the floor, he has the Sword of Fire and Ice, and he has his vial at 3. You don't move your vial at 3 in Death and Taxes unless you have something to vial in. And whether it's going to be Flickerwisp or Mirran Crusader, both of those creatures are a nightmare. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the Gempalm Incinerator. Even though it is late, he's going to be able to play a creature and equip that sword next turn. But this is going to be able to help us in case he draws like and in case he really does have the Batter Skull. That will help us out. So Krenko's online. I'm ready to use Krenko here. I'm going to go ahead and pass turn and see what he does. So he's going to activate. I'm going to respond to the vial. No need to let any shenanigans happen. Get some creatures on board here. Get about 5 of them bitches. Well, 6. Excuse me. So he does go with the play that I suspected. The Batter Skull into the sword into a fucking Mirran Crusader. That is possibly the worst creature that we want to see right now. And this is pretty much all she wrote. You can already tell. If you guys are not familiar with Mirran Crusader, it has double strike. So he's going to equip that sword, man, and he's going to deal all kinds of fucking damage. And then it's going to be unblockable. He's also probably going to equip that GT. He's going to get 4 counters on the GT. He's going to deal 4 damage with the sword. 2 card draws. And he's going to draw... Oh, man. Yeah. Shit just got real. things are looking real bad. Like my friend David would say, it's looking grim for our hero. So he equips the sword because equipping a Jite is too mainstream, but he does the Jite as well. If you're gonna fuck shit up, you might as well do it right. So here he comes in. Double strike. So the first damage goes through. I take 4 off of that. And now he gets to choose to deal 2 damage to something. He gets 2 counters and he draws a card. And this is just this is the beginning to the end right here. I'm very sad seeing this. So he kills the Warchief, draws his card. Now the second damage is coming through. And keep in mind, he's also attacking with the Batterskull. So we're just getting this out of the way because it has so many equipments and a lot of things are going down. And it was the first strike damage. So he's going to ping the Krenko, take a counter out, kill it. And then reminding me about the Batterskull, I'm just going to throw a token at it here. So here's the deal, guys. Next turn he can just kill me if he draws a land. All he has to do is play a land, equip the Batterskull to the Crusader, and swing and win. So I have to win this turn because I am assuming he's just going to draw a land. So we got to go all in. Excuse me. So Ringleader, we're trying to look for something here, an answer. This is when I kind of wish that I had Tuk Scrapper, but even then, I don't think much can help me out here. 3 of the best equipments in the game on the board, 2 equipped to a Mirran Crusader, which is pretty sick. So right now I'm thinking, do I kill the token, the germ token, because I know he's just gonna equip it next turn. I have no choice here, so I just kill it. There's nothing else really for me to kill, and nothing for me to cast, and then I'm just gonna swing in, trying to get in as much damage as possible here. Because again, like I said, if he draws a sword, the game's over. So we have to play extremely aggressive. So he's debating whether he wants to block, and he could block with the Stoneforge Mystics. He could block a couple of the tokens, but he chooses not to. I'm not 100% sure why. But whatever. Maybe he was afraid of my Vial coming down for a Chieftain. So he draws the land, and I mean, as soon as I saw that land come down, I knew what happened. And there it is, Batterskull, Mirran Crusader, all kinds of damage all up in my sugar walls. So he just went balls deep with that card, and it is game over. Well, there you have it, guys. That is game 2 of Death and Taxes versus Goblins. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Don't forget to subscribe and share. And again, thank you guys for watching.